Well, hello there. I'm Bio, and today we are moving on to something a bit different. We have just been done with Zoo Games and a few extra games at the end there. But I wanted to return to some of the random randoms. What was obviously EPSXE randoms and PCSX2 randoms, just to give a few. Because I put them on hold, and I would like to come back to them. It is pretty much going to be a one set per month kind of deal with obviously the randoms thrown in. And I just didn't want people to get stuck on the series all the time. So I'm adding these random randoms to kind of break it up a little bit. So starting off, we're going to be playing Alfred Chicken. I have done this randomly. I do have like 6 wheels, which have obviously random games on them for the PlayStation 1. And Alfred Chicken was one that came up. Now, I could show you the wheel, but then it would require me to... it would require me to have to edit this video in Sony Vegas, which would just be unnecessary at that point. So I'd rather just, take my word for it. I spun the wheel, and it landed on Alfred Chicken, a game I'm not familiar with at all. It seems to have a little series as well. This was the last game in the series. So I really don't like games that do this. I press start already and they go to a demo. I know. They expect you just to go straight into the game. And okay. We'll pause here then. So this game literally just throws you straight in. I'm just pressing start to get back to the title screen again. But no, straight into the game. Okay, whatever, I guess. But all I want to tell you is that the game is developed by a studio known as Mobius Entertainment. Mobius Entertainment. It's Morbin time! Sorry, I couldn't help myself. And it was published... It was only released in Europe, from what I can see. I think it was also released in Australia, but generally they get painted with the same brush when it comes to video game releases. Yeah, it came out in Europe on April 2002, so it's quite a late release PS1 game. It was published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, and yeah, it came out in Australia in 2002 as well. But it didn't come out in America, didn't come out in Japan, which is understandable, but not surprising that it didn't come out in America. And like I said, it's related to a series of the same name that originally started in 1993, with Alfred Chicken released on the Amiga CD32, Game Boy, Amiga, and NES. Then in 1994, we had Super Alfred Chicken. So I'm just reading the synopsis to Super Alfred Chicken and the other games. They go, oh no, the evil mecha chickens have egg-napped Billy Egg. Billy Egg? What, Billy Hatcher and the giant head? What's the chances of him called Billy Egg? Okay. And then we have Alfred's Adventure on the Game Boy Color, and then obviously this is the final game that came out for the Alfred Chicken line before they'd obviously decided to stop making them, which is understandable because I don't think the series was particularly popular, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, so let's see what this game is like. From first glance, it looks like a 2D. Okay, a 2D. 2.5D, I think the character model is actually 3D. Oh, those are some big gems. Those are some big gems. There's no double jump. Oh, springs seem to be a thing. Okay, so even though there is no double jump, you can hold down the X button. Oh. My fault. In regards to that. Oh, and you can float as well. I guess it makes sense because you are a chicken. That was my fault. I don't know whether or not I can actually jump on them. I don't really know. Do I? I don't know whether or not. Oh, I can headbutt. And triangle jumps as well. Okay. Bit of a strange game. Is this a checkpoint? guess so. I guess the little swirly thing is where I spawn. Bit confused what these star platforms are. Okay. I have a bit of a feeling. Okay, I have a feeling about a certain thing. Okay, I can't... Okay. I now kind of understand why the series didn't do well. Already we have a little bit of a strange What? I'm a bit confused. Very clearly looks like I can go... Okay, I'm just saying, it looks like I can go that way, but I can't go that way, which is a bit strange. I always find it interesting with these weird kind of games. Weird platformer games. Is this the end of the level here? Well, I'm a bit confused about what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't think this is the end of the level. I think I've got to go higher. But I can't go higher. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is not how you should start a game. Again, this game is intended for small children, right? This is what you got to consider. It's a 3+, so it's not intended for adults. Don't you think a kid would be confused about what... I'm confused about what I'm supposed to do. I've got to this portal. Nothing is happening when I walk through this portal. You've got these invisible star blocks that don't really do anything. So I'm not too sure about what I'm supposed to do. I can headbutt, sure. And it very clearly looks like I'm supposed to go up. But then I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do with these little swirly things. I'm not too sure. I can only assume that they are spawn areas for your character if you die. But I've killed every enemy in this area that I can. Unless this plays a bigger... I'm just assuming unless that plays a bigger part, but it doesn't. You've got these invisible blocks that don't really do anything. I can't believe I've gotten to an area where... I was so hoping that might get me higher. But I can't believe I've gotten to an area where I'm actually genuinely stuck. In this land of cheese. I've done everything. I've done every possible thing that I can actually do in this little area that I'm allowed to play in. I've done everything. The only thing that's left is these invisible blocks. Oh god. There's also your character slides, by the way, as well. Just to let you know, which is I never like that in a game where your character slides through their movement. Look, watch. There you go. See how he slid there? So I'm confused. I got these invisible star blocks. I can't do anything with them. It's so infuriating that I'm only able to play this small little area simply because the game has introduced some kind of factor that I don't understand. And you may go, oh, but if you read the manual. No, you shouldn't have to read the manual. The game should explain. There should be a little signpost you go and attack or do something. I'm talking like Rayman style. Or something where it will tell you, these invisible star blocks are this. This is how you activate them. But it doesn't. We're just stuck here. We've got this portal we can walk through, but it doesn't do anything when we walk through it. All I can do is rock out. Rock out with my... Yeah. I'm going to have to unfortunately stop playing here. I do apologize for only showing a very... I do apologize for showing a very short period. Wait. Where am I now? What the? Wait. What did I just press? I think I pressed up on the D-pad. What? Okay, I do apologize. I had to press up on the D-pad. It's not something I'd ever consider doing. There was no indication, no hint, no nothing suggesting that if I clicked... I'm just saying, there was nothing suggesting that if I clicked up on the D-pad, it would have done anything. So I didn't press it until just then, when I was lucky to press it near the door, I guess. So at these portals here, I need to press up on them to move on to the next area, is what I need to do. Oh. So that's good game design, isn't it? Let's throw a block here. Also, it's a one-hit death, by the way, which is always nice. Oh, that's a nice feature. So what's this thing? Oh, it's another portal. Was this a secret portal? Okay, interesting. Guess I gotta watch out for the laser beam from this dude. And this button must have turned on the... Yeah, he's turned on the star blocks. I wonder if that's turned on the star blocks for all of the area. And this slowly leads me down safely. Okay. Well, let's go through this one, because this is a... I don't know. Better one? I don't know. Couldn't say. Well, here I was thinking to myself, oh, you know, I wouldn't be able to play any more of the game, but here we are, playing more of the game. Oh! I didn't even realize that was what was happening. Okay, and I died. Is that game over? I guess it is game over. All right then. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to be very scrutinous over this. The game's poorly explained. I like the music. Don't get me wrong. The music's playing now. It's very moody, very dreary, very sad. Yes, game over. But there's no explanation. Like, look how long it took me to figure out that I had to press up at the gates. You know, there was no like normally in a game it would actually show an up arrow. You think back on like Kirby. Like, as you know, Kirby, that's years and years before this game came out, and you would know to go through a hole in the wall because of how it looks. It also, I think, it initially had like arrows pointing up that you could go in there. Whereas with here, you walk through the portal, so you think like, I'm walking through the portal. Why is nothing happening? You don't think to press up on the portal because of how the perspective is. The perspective is that it's not on the wall with a big arrow above it, so you know, oh, I must have to press up on the D-pad to go through that. You just assume automatically when you reach the portal and go through it, it's going to be something similar to Crash Bandicoot, where it's like in Crash Bandicoot, you got this massive like circle that has these spirals around it, like a teleporter. You don't think to jump on it and press up. It's automatic. It does it automatically. So you would, for me at least, you would assume the same here because that's just how it looks. I'm basing it on how it looks, and that's how it should be designed. If that's how it looks, that's how it should be. You don't, you know, if you have to press up on it, put an up arrow above the portal, and then at least that tells the player that they got to press up on there. That's the only kind of nitpick I have. Besides that, you know, one-shot death, you know, I understand that's how it was back in the day. But when you have like a very tight corridor kind of design as well, with really the only kind of attacks you have is the headbutt, which literally needs you to be incredibly close to the enemy to do it. So very high chances of you being hit. And to jump on their heads, you got to do like the beak thing, which leads me to believe that when you jump, it shouldn't be a button. You should jump, and then what happens is you automatically go into the beak thing, and then basically you can just jump on enemies and kill them that way. But I digress. So yeah, I'm going to call it there for Alfred Chicken. Not really my type of game. I can see what they're going with it. It's not necessarily a bad game. It just could do with a few tweaks here and there to make it a little bit more playable. So anyway, I've been Bio. Thanks for watching, and look forward to more emulated games in the future. Goodbye.